So, it is that time again. Yes, this is the video to announce the Battle of the Bands Round 3 Readathon! Welcome back to my channel. As I just stated, this is the announcement video for our April Readathon. Jake and Stacy over from the Bookish Drummer are hosting our round 3 Battle of the Bands, which is really Battle of the Decades, third round for this Readathon. And the theme for this one is it's similar to our last round's theme, except the only difference is that all of the songs that are representing our prompts are all going to be one-hit wonders. So, a Battle of the Decades, round 3, one-hit wonders. It is that time again. Let's jump right into it. So I am going to include all of the graphics right here. Jake, our wonderful host, Bookish Drummer, is going to be team captain for the decade of the 70s. I, yet again, am going to be repping for the decade of the 80s, just like last round. And last round, my team, we were sitting on the winner's throne for 2 weeks in a row until we got knocked off. We were strong. This time we're gonna win. We're gonna be the winners, we're gonna be on top. Nico is going to be the captain to represent the decade for the 90s. Ian the Reader is going to be the captain representing the decade for the 2000s. I'm gonna start off going over the rules first, and then we're gonna jump right into the prompts. Only one book per prompt, no doubling up, so you can't use a book more than once, and you can only use each prompt once. Book, a novel, novella, or a collection must be at least 150 pages to count towards a prompt. No graphic novels, manga, or comics or other image or picture books are allowed. That will not count towards this. It has to be text-based and, audio. Obviously, audiobooks count, but it has to be text-based only. Prompts can be read in any order, which is great for us mood readers. And all prompts are open to your own interpretation. You can read a prompt for any team regardless of which team you are on, but reading a prompt for your own team adds 30 points to your own team's score, while reading prompts from another team will subtract 10 points from that team's score. If you are reading another team's prompt in order to subtract points, the points will be subtracted from the team who the prompt belongs to. For every bonus challenge on the Discord that you complete, your team will gain 10 points. So to kind of sum up that second part of the rules, the first part of the rules is pretty self-explanatory. Basically, each of our teams get 5 prompts each. So each prompt is a song. A song is representing the prompt, which I will show you momentarily. If you are reading a prompt for, if you're on my team, if you're on Team 80s and you're reading a prompt for our team, you will give our team 30 points. So if you were to then go and read a prompt for, let's say, Jake's team, that book will then count to subtract, you're attacking them because this is competitive. You will then be subtracting 10 points from their score. And of course, whatever prompt that team belongs to, that's the team that it's going to affect. And there are bonus challenges. There are 2 bonus challenges. Usually they're a surprise, and they will be announced, I believe, the second and last week. I forgot when exactly the second bonus challenge pops up, but those will give points towards your team. So there is a way to strategize for this, and we'll talk about a little bit of strategy after I go through the prompts. All right, so let's get to these amazing songs and the prompts that they are going to represent. Starting off with the 70s. Prompt number 1, play that funky music. A book with a funky, weird, or striking cover. Prompt number 2, hooked on a feeling. Immediately binge the next book in a series. Prompt number 3, American Pie, a book by a popular American author. Prompt number 4, Stuck in the Middle with You, the second book in a trilogy or the middle book in a series. And prompt number 5, Blinded by the Light, a book with a character who is blinded by their own ambition. Only prompt I'm going to touch on for this, because a lot of them are just straight to the point, self-explanatory. It would be prompt number 1, A book with a funky, weird, or striking cover. Now that is kind of open to interpretation. Obviously, if it's funky, it can be like funky or groovy colors, or weird. There are covers that are just, you're like, that's weird. It's a weird looking cover. It is open to your interpretation in that way. Striking could be beautiful as well. Like, it could be weird, funky, groovy, or just striking. Like, ugh, it just draws your attention. So it's open. It's really whatever you interpret from that. All right, next up, look at this graphic. I love the Stacy, prompts to Stacy. Seriously, snaps to Stacy for doing the amazing work that she just puts in amazing work into all of the graphics. She is just fantastic for all these graphics. So she gets major props. She gets major snap points. Yes. Winning team. Yes, this is the graphic for the winning team, y'all. You know you want to be on my team, be on my team. Look at this graphic. Oh my god, the boombox. The cassette tapes and the Walkman. Ugh, oh my god. And like, look at the leotards. I love it. I love it. Fantastic pictures for this. All right, prompt number 6. Take on Me, a book you are scared to take on. Prompt number 7, Maniac, a book you can binge in 1 or 2 sittings. Book number 8, Never Gonna Give You Up. Rick roll a die to determine the length of your next read. Book number 9, The Safety Dance, a book that's a safe bet, which you'll know you'll enjoy it. Book number 10, Don't You Forget About Me, a book you wanted to read a long time ago but still haven't. Let's just go over a couple of these real quick. Prompt number 7, Maniac. Maniac is one of my favorite songs, and I will say thank you to Jake and Stacy for putting one of my favorites on here. I love them all, but Maniac just, it is a favorite. It's a favorite. Oh my god, I love all of these songs. I love them all. Okay, the one prompt on here that I am going to touch on is prompt number 8, rolling a die to determine the length of your next read. You get a die and you roll. If you roll a 1, it's going to be 150 pages. If you roll a 2, 200 pages at least. It's not like, oh, I gotta find a book that's exactly this many pages. No, it's at least 150 pages or more if you roll a 1, 200 pages or more if you roll a 2. If you roll a 3, it's 250 plus pages. Roll a 4, at least 300 pages. If you roll a 5, it's at least 350 pages. And if you roll a 6, it's at least 400 pages. So that's how that goes. On to the graphic and prompts for the decade of the 90s. Now, I am going to say I love the 90s. I grew up in the 90s, and this graphic is so nostalgic for me. I loved everything. It's so nostalgic. I actually talk about it quite often, how much I miss, like, I bring up 90s nostalgia, everything, just everything about it. I love it. Oh, prompt number 11, You Can't Touch This, a book you don't own physically. Prompt number 12, Jump Around, a book with multiple POVs and or multiple timelines. Prompt number 13, Cotton Eye Joe, a book with redneck, western, or country vibes, y'all. Oh my gosh, prompt number 14 is Tub Thumpin'. I loved this song so much. Oh my god, I loved it. A book with a redemption story or a persistent character. And you're singing, I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. In case y'all didn't know, that's what that is. Prompt number 15, Closing Time. The final book in a series or the last book in an author's backlist. You can dance if you want to. You can leave your friends behind. Cause if they don't dance and if they don't dance, then there ain't no friends of mine. We can go where we want to. We can leave it all behind. What a nerd. What a nerd. Clouds to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. And lastly, the graphic for the 2000s. Prompt number 16, Who Let the Dogs Out? A popular book you don't understand the hype for. Prompt number 17, Smooth Criminal, a book featuring a heist or an assassin. Prompt number 18, The Cupid Shuffle, a book that you randomly generated from your TBR or want to read list. Prompt number 19, Bad Day, a book featuring a character who is having a bad day or a bad time of it. And the last prompt, number 20, is Sandstorm, a book with a desert setting. And for that one, prompt number 20, they did say that it's a desert setting, or it can also be a book, I think, that has a drought, which there's one in particular, I think it's called Dry, which I may look into, because I have a hard time with books in the desert. I don't get on well with Middle Eastern inspired settings and like the whole world of that kind of like oh my gosh, it's late, y'all. It's like 2 in the morning and I'm like, I've lost my ability to form thoughts, apparently. You know what I mean though, the myth, like Middle Eastern myth folklore, like the lore. The lore. God. It's time to go to bed. So I'm actually gonna look into the only one I can think of other that isn't a desert setting, but is a drought type situation, or like there's no water. You're thirsty. You're real thirsty. You're dry, hence Dry. If you've read that book, actually let me know down in the comments what you thought of it and if you think that'd be a good choice for me. But if I'm going to do that prompt, then that's the only thing I can think of, honestly, for me personally. So that is it to wrap up the rules and the graphics, all the prompts, and all of the wonderful, amazing songs that we love. That represents all of the prompts. The only other thing to mention would be that this readathon is taking place on Jake's Discord. I will link his Discord, the link to get there, the invite link to get there, down in the description box down below. And I'm also going to include, Stacy made a couple Google documents that I'm going to include down in the description box as well. For those of you that want to visually see everything written out, there's also a TBR tracker. Just check out what she did. She creates all the things, okay? And I'm gonna put all of the things down there. And they're also available on the Discord as well. So click on the Discord link. Once you hop over there, you will then be able to pick your team, and you know you wanna pick the 80s. You want to be on my team, because that would just make my heart so happy, y'all. It's gonna make me smile, make me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. And you know, if you're a winner, follow the champion. I'm gonna be leading the tribe of champions, okay? It's all in good fun. It's all in good fun. We have a good time. We have a good time every time. We playful jab at each other. We're competitive, but we're playful, and it's a good time. It's fun. I really hope that you join my team, Team 80s, represent the 80s. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna win, and it's just all in good fun. And if you're in mood, strategies. I was like, I'm forgetting something. I'm stuttering, like in my head, I'm stuttering. I'm like, what am I forgetting? The only strategy that I can really say, because every time we do this, we get surprised by something. Like every time we try different strategies, and it really depends. Like I said, last round we did this, my team, we were winning for 2 weeks straight. And then I think it was Nico, he was in the last spot. He was losing. He came, the team, like, I don't know how they did it. I still don't know how they did it. They came back and won. And they were like the points were real low. So I honestly don't know is what I need to say. I don't honestly know. There is no like legit strategy. You can strategize a little bit in terms of saving your team's points for last. Like if you are someone where you know that you're going to be reading a lot, you're going to be getting through, you're like, yeah, I'm dedicated, or I read fast, I listen to audiobooks fast, you're going to be getting through quickly, then in that case, more of the strategy would be to save your team's prompts later in the game. And if you're someone where you're like, I can't get through that many, you know, it's going to be like 10 or less, then in that case, I would say the best thing to do is just make sure you get your team's prompts in right away, obviously, because that's the most points. You want to give your team the most points. But you can go back and forth too. You do a little bit of your team, you can like attack a little bit. I mean, literally, and we will in the Discord, we will be talking it out and kind of seeing what per team. So if you're on my team, for example, I will be in there strategizing with you. If you have, you know, depending on how many people are mood readers, if you are someone, you're a fast reader, you're a slow reader, you know, I can, you know, help you kind of plan that, or whatever our team as collectively wants to do. I'll be in there talking it out, whatever, because me personally, I'm a mood reader, and it all depends on when I get something in on Libby, so I kind of have to strategize. That's the other thing. If you use the library, you kind of have to go off of what you can get from the library first, or, you know, if you use the Libby app and you listen to audiobooks like I do, it all depends on when you get that you know, what's the wait time on the holds. You got to start that now. You got to like kind of plan when you're going to get these books in and kind of get them when they come in. So that also depends if you are using the library, or if you're using a lot of your physically owned books, or, you know, if you're using Audible, whatever you're using, depends on how you go about things too. So there's that. But all in all, just make sure you go down into the Discord to go over and pick your team, and I would love to see you over there, and we can chat about all the things. Thank you, Jake and Stacy, for hosting another round and inviting me back to be captain. I really enjoy doing this. It's such a great time, and it makes me feel special. So thank you. Thank you. You have until the end of this month, because our readathon is starting April 1st. You have until the very last day of March to sign up for this. The earlier you sign up, the more chance that you will get the team that you want, because it depends on how many people that we get to sign up. So, because we have to even out the numbers to kind of keep it fair. You can't have and everybody wants team, and I am so happy about it. I'm like, everybody wants my team this year. Everybody wants team 80s, or loving the 80s. They want to be the 80s. So when you go over there, there's going to be, you know, pick your team and then pick your second choice if you can't get the team that you want. Go over there right now and sign up. Do it now. Let me know in the comments down below if you plan on doing this readathon, and if you're excited about it. Let me know. I want to see your excitement so I can be excited with you. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button so you do not miss out on any of my upcoming bookish content. And as always, happy reading, and I shall see you in the next video. Cheers.